Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I will be doing a potato bread. It's really simple. So I'm going to use sweet potatoes. We had some that needed to be used, so I'm just going to use these. For this recipe, you're going to need whatever type of potato you want to use, whether it's sweet potatoes or just a regular potato. You need it boiled so that it's nice and soft and mashable. You're going to need 3 to 4 tablespoons of active dry yeast. You're going to need at least half a cup of sugar. I need a tablespoon of salt. Here I have 6 cups of hot water and you're going to need half a cup of olive oil. And for this particular recipe, this is really big, so you can feel free to have all of these ingredients, or you don't have to make it at all if you don't want to, but this is 11 cups of all-purpose flour. You can mix that. You can mix between whole wheat flour and all-purpose flour, oat flour. You can add whatever you like to it. It's up to you. But this is a potato bread recipe. This makes 6 loaves of bread. So what I'm going to do today is make 2 regular loaves, 2 things of rolls, potato bread rolls, and 2 breakfast loaves. They'll probably be what I like to call cinnamon roll bread. So let's get it. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to add a tablespoon of salt. I'm going to add my half a cup of sugar. I'm going to add half a cup of olive oil, or any oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever oil you like to use. I'm going to add the sweet potatoes. I'm going to mash them in the bowl. So in here I have my olive oil, half a cup of olive oil, half a cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of salt, sweet potatoes. You can add regular potatoes or sweet potatoes. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change the flavor. It might add a hint of orange to your bread, but not really. And if you're going to add nuts or seeds and you want them in the bread, or any dried fruit, add that now as well. So you just want to make sure your potato is nice and smooth. Of course, you can always put this in the blender, but I prefer to just break it up, kind of like you would do a banana for banana bread. And you're going to need 6 cups of warm water. Now I'm adding my 6 cups of warm water. Just going to stir this up a little bit. So now I'm going to cover this with a kitchen towel for about 5 minutes so that I can see that the yeast is proofing. Okay guys, as you can see, the yeast has proofed, so I know that my yeast is good. And now I'm going to add the 11 cups of flour to the mixture. A little bit at a time, not too much. And also make sure you have some flour on standby to dust your board when it's time to knead. And see how the sweet potato gave it a nice little orangey color. And it also adds, the potato adds some lightness, some air to your bread. So it'll be nice and fluffy. And turn this out so I can knead. And if you're wondering how I'm doing this today, I have a handy dandy helper today, which I'm really grateful for. Otherwise, this would be really hard to film. You may see some chunks of sweet potato or little pieces. That's okay. It's real life. Not all of it gets smashed, but it will all be cooked, so no worries. So what I'm going to do right here is I start to separate what I want for loaves right here, so I'm not constantly kneading the whole time, the whole batch, because I know those are going to be 2 loaves of bread. I have cinnamon roll bread there. And these are for my rolls. Okay, so before you put your bread in, this is you're going to put in some olive oil or whatever you use to grease your pan. So that one's going in there. This is the Le Creuset soup pot. And then the cast iron skillet, this is the other loaf of bread here. And I'm going to set these to the side and cover them. Well, the soup pot, I'm not going to leave the lid on it because it might get bigger than the lid. So I'm going to cover them both with kitchen towels and set them to the side because I am done with these 2. They just need to rest and rise. Okay, so these are the rolls. And they're going to rest now because these are done. Yes, there's a lot of space in here right now, but as you know, all this is hopefully fills up, once the yeast takes control and they have time to just rest a little bit. So I'm going to put a towel over these, cover this, and keep it moving for at least 20 minutes. Okay, guys. So now I'm adding some walnuts I'm going to add walnuts to the cinnamon roll bread. Okay, to this I'm adding allspice, some nutmeg, and cardamom. You don't need that many because they're really strong as I put more in. I'm just going to mash these up. Okay, everything is basically, oh, there's one. So everything is pretty much working up, so I'm going to set this to the side and get everything going for our cinnamon rolls. Okay, to this now I'm going to add brown sugar. You can use white sugar if you like. I just like to use brown sugar. And now we're going to add our spices and walnuts. If you're interested in this, I think this is the granite mortar and pestle. You can find it at Crate and Barrel. And from here, what you're going to do is you're going to roll this up. Okay, guys, so this is what they look like so far. They're just loaves. It's like cinnamon roll loaves of bread. And I'm going to cover them once again, let them rest for about 20 minutes, and then prepare them all to go in the oven. Okay, so this is what it looks like before it goes in the oven. So I use the 3.5 quart brazier, the soup pot or French oven, have some cast iron over here. I have the 2 Le Creuset pie plates and the little skillet here. There you go. So I will show you what this looks like when they're all been cooked, or baked rather, sorry. Okay guys, just giving you a little preview. So these are our rolls. Don't they look delicious? Oh, it smells so good in here. And these are our first 2 loaves of bread. Normally I try to style them, you know, give them a little bread swag. But yeah, it was my first time not filming and holding the camera at the same time, so I forgot to do it. But there's always next time. But yeah, I let them stay in. Oh, let me give you those. So I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. And because I used sweet potato in here, normally I would leave it in for about 30 minutes. But this time I left it in for 40 to make sure. These are hot, guys. So to make sure, let me turn it out for you. That, there you go. To make sure that the bottom was good to go, as you can see. So yeah, this is pretty hot. Yeah, let me go ahead and turn these out, except for the bread rolls. I'm gonna leave them in there, but I'm gonna take these out. Okay guys, this is the bread from, these are the sweet rolls, basically sweet cinnamon rolls, cinnamon roll bread. So this is, we have 2 loaves of bread here and here, some bread rolls for burgers or whatever. And then we have, I like to use these at breakfast time. I put these out for breakfast for everyone. So yeah, maybe I'll do a little bread series of what breads that I'm making each week. But I hope you guys get a chance to try it, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.